If your posts scream, "Look at me," your best clients scroll right by. They don't want your highlight reel. They want help. Where you are today is miles ahead of the frustration that they feel. So while your intention may be to inspire, you end up coming off as unrelatable. Influencers chase attention with selfish or self-centered content. Pro coaches serve. Today, we're going to flip the spotlight. I'll show you how to turn About Me posts into client-first content that earns watch time, trust, and consults, and gets rid of the icky influencer feeling. By the end of this video, you'll have a simple rewrite filter, 3 say this, not that swaps, and a 60-second outline to ship your next post. I'm Candace Dixon. This is Marketing for Fitness Coaches. This is a content marketing reminder we likely all need to hear, but one that I know will help fitness coaches get over the ick when it comes to content creation. And that's realizing that it's not about you. I know this sounds harsh, but hear me out. As a coach, your audience likely isn't following you for your accolades. They're following you because they're hoping you can help solve their problems. And when you start creating content through this lens, your marketing becomes simpler, stronger, and more effective. So today we're going to flip the focus and talk about trust-driving content that connects. Let's get into it. It's tempting to think, if I share my credentials, they'll trust me. If I tell my story, they'll be inspired to take action. If I list my tips, they'll see how much I know. But the reality is, your audience doesn't want to be impressed. They want to be helped. When you center yourself in your content, you force them to figure it out on their own, likely thinking, okay, but how does this help me? Or, okay, but how do I apply this to my situation? When you center them, you shortcut the connection. You become someone who sees and understands them. You become someone who helps them without asking for anything in return. You become someone they trust before they even take a next step. This is coaching before coaching begins. Remember, we're building a marketing system, not just a marketing presence. And that system depends on content that builds trust, a lead magnet that offers real help, consults that feel like coaching conversations. And it all starts here, leading with service, making it easy for viewers to achieve small micro wins, earning permission to take the next step. So instead of thinking, how do I show off all my knowledge? Think, what's stopping them right now? And what's a tiny first step that I can help them take? When a client's struggling to stay consistent with their workouts, talk to them about why motivation isn't the problem and what they should focus on instead. When a client thinks, I don't have time to meal prep, give them 3 easy ways to make meal planning possible, even if you have a crazy life. When a client thinks, I'm just not confident in the gym, give them the tools to walk into any gym and feel like they belong here, even if they're a beginner. And when a client thinks, my progress is stalled, even though I'm trying, share why working harder isn't always the answer and what they should check for instead. Notice, you're not flaunting your knowledge. You're solving for attention. You're offering hope, clarity, or a perspective change. Every time you help someone create a small win, even through a simple post or a story, you accrue goodwill. Goodwill turns lurkers into leads. Goodwill turns readers into referrals. And goodwill turns followers into clients. And it happens when you serve or help first without expectation. Here's your challenge this week. Take one piece of content that you were about to post or have recently posted and flip it. Start by naming the struggle, not your tip. Explain why it's happening. Offer one simple perspective shift or next step. And bonus point if you make it an even smaller first step than they think they need, and coach them through a few small steps to build momentum. It's totally okay to weave in personal narrative, experiences, or stories. Just lead with solving the problem for them first and use your experience and your stories to validate the next step, show proof, or build confidence. I hope coaching or serving in your content creation makes it easier for you to do and gets rid of the ick that most of you feel. And I know it will continue to further separate you from any fitness influencer content. That's it for today. Thanks for tuning in to Marketing for Fitness Coaches, the show that helps you make marketing a part of your practice, not something that you avoid. This show is part of the CoachRx podcast network, a collection of shows that are elevating the coaching conversation. Remember, if this episode helped, share it with a coach friend and hit me in the DMs if you have any questions. I'll see you next week.